I had a workout session on the beach in Pacific Beach, San Diego yesterday by myself in the afternoon. Beautiful down there.
It's San Diego's
beautiful.
Great, it's great. It's a little overridden by bums, just like LA is, but otherwise, I mean, it's a little bit better. It's probably just slightly better in like tiny bit better weather.
Yeah.
It's somehow better weather than
pollution.
LA.
It's probably a lot better.
It's a lot better.
San Diego, dude, in the Mission Bay area, I parked my car in a neighborhood, was walking toward the beach, but first I encountered the bay situation, which is just gorgeous. You feel like you're in the south of France.
Pretty much, man. I mean, yeah, there are places in SoCal that look like the south of France. 100%.
It's gorgeous. The chicks in San Diego are effing hot.
Yeah, they are.
Every other guy down there looks like a retired firefighter
100%.
or Navy pilot who's got a son and a Labrador retriever that he's throwing a football around with.
Don't you love that Mexico is just a little a stone's throw away too? You can get if you want to get next level shady.
If that father threw his football really far, it might land in Mexico.
Right.
And if he went and picked up the football, he might wind up at Hong Kong, the whorehouse, banging a hooker.
That's right. My favorite pitcher ever in the history of all time was this guy named David Wells. He pitched a perfect game for the Yankees, and he was well known for doing it absolutely still drunk from the SNL party that he went to the night before, right? And when he was kind of in his later years, they shipped him off to the Padres, and he was well known to drive in from TJ completely hammered and probably coming from some whorehouse and come in and pitch and just shove.
Shove?
That's a term. It's called when you shove as a pitcher, you're doing well.
I like that. And when you shove at Hong Kong?
Well, you're doing well in there too.
Yeah.
You think? I mean, I feel like they probably have like the Hong Kong girls, they're working here in TJ at this whorehouse. They probably have like a favorite, don't you think? There's a guy that comes in, just an absolute stud that just makes love to him.
I would assume that the star MLB pitcher who comes in and shoves, I would assume they like him a little bit better than the drunk peasant who wanders in from the hillside. Like,
well, he looked...
Hey, senoritas.
Fat dude, David Wells, Danny, he looked basically like a fat Mexican
peasant from the hillside.
Basically, yeah, he was a fat guy.
Did he come in from the hillside though?
Not from the hillside, at least. He wasn't dirty.
Yeah,
but he came in.
The hill dwellers.
They stink.
It's ironic that in LA, people who live in the hills are rich, but if you go down to Rio de Janeiro or Mexico City, the people who live in the hills live in shanties. Strange, huh?
It is, because I look at the hills as a place to go where it's harder for the enemy to get to you. It is safer than the flats. I mean,
safer from flooding.
Safer from flooding, safer from earthquakes, safer from intrusions, safer. I was going to name a ethnicity of humans, but I can't do that.
Well, just say it, Italians, because according to you, they're all fat and they can't walk uphill very easily.
You know what? Italians, I know I didn't get enough Italians out here in LA, but I mean, I would have probably been annoyed at like a little Joe Pesci guy who was always bossing me around he couldn't even fight, but he would be so violent that by default, he's a good fighter. Like that's what Pesci is in Goodfellas. He's not a good like hand-to-hand guy, or he can't box, but he'll grab a mug. He'll grab that mug and smash it on your head when you're not looking. And it's he might win the fight. Based on
absolutely.
That. Yeah. It's bullshit. If I was in New York around those real greaseball guys all day, every day, I probably would have I would probably be like, I don't, fuck Italians sometimes,
Well, we're going to New York this coming week, and we have a show on the 5th of July.
Hey, did you hear that? 5th of July. So, you could party it up, and then guess what? 8 p.m. the next day, by the time you're sober again, party it up again with the boys. So if you're in New York City, or honestly, Virginia, if you're in Washington, D.C.
Florida.
Yeah, fly up.
If you're in Nevada.
Connecticut.
If you're in, that's a little closer than Nevada.
Well, yeah. But
if your move there was to go, like if you're in Hawaii, Australia, Japan.
If you are in New Zealand. If you are in Madagascar.
Yeah.
Do we have a fan in Madagascar?
Bring a lemur. That'll serve as your ticket and just show up.
Yep.
I wonder if we have one fan in Madagascar.